Civil organizations are making submissions to the Parliamentary Committee over the need to make party donor funding transparent to the greater public. This comes after efforts by some NGOs to have the matter regulated through the courts, as one matter is currently underway this week. The ruling party last month also made bold statements showing support for more transparency regarding party funders. Today, NGOs from across the country are tabling their need to know who are the private and public donors for political parties, also to have some sort of threshold for amounts donated. This comes after public outcry over alleged corruption between parties and businesses, mainly promoted by what is believed to be political party funding.
We believe that it will enhance transparency and create and remove this idea that has really become ingrained, that there is secrecy around it. However, our proposition is that there should be a limit in terms of the amount that the donor gives, and we feel we don't have the capacity as civil society to determine that, so we would like the Parliament or the committee to guide political parties on this proposal. We also feel that it's important that external companies and governments that do contribute towards political parties functioning also be made public, that we also know what's happening with who and for what. And especially where it's even companies, their subsidiaries. We believe that it will enhance transparency and create and remove this idea that has really become ingrained, that there is secrecy around it. However, our proposition is that there should be a limit in terms of the amount that the donor gives, and we feel we don't have the capacity as civil society to determine that, so we would like the Parliament or the committee to guide political parties on this proposal. We also feel that it's important that external companies and governments that do contribute towards political parties functioning also be made public, that we also know what's happening with who and for what. And especially where it's even companies, their subsidiaries.
There was the Commission for Religious and Linguistic process, where churches were asked to come and declare and show openly their funding, where it comes from and what it does and stuff like that. But you saw a lot of resistance from the churches that were called, most churches that were called. South Africa being a religious country, I think the church should lead by example.
There's a huge financial threshold to get over before you can get to Parliament, before you can then qualify for public funding. Now, you equally want to try and get away from the situation where you have, as you elegantly put it, a husband and wife and a fax machine. What you want to try and do is to get serious entrance to the political market, the opportunity to participate freely, while screening out people that are clearly doing this in order to get some money.
And these are the key matters under consideration. Government funds political parties proportionately. All private donations to parties must be made public regardless of the amount. All donations to be split equally between all registered parties. Banning foreign donations to cut out foreign influences on domestic politics. And this is why the political funding details are needed. Private corporations and foreign benefactors can exert undue influence on government decisions. Donors' undue influence silences citizens' voices and compromises democracy and accountability. Political parties' fundraising efforts can compromise the credibility of democratic electoral processes.